morning, guys. You are currently here with me on my way to Castine for work. However, I have a tendency to go to work early because here in Castine there's a really nice beach. It's called Wadsworth Cove, or if you're local, they call it the Back Shore, and it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful when the tide is down. We've got a huge beach that you can roam, and there's sand dollars, and you can find sea urchins and coral and all kinds of good stuff here. Definitely one of my favorites. I'm not sure if the tide is on its way in or out. I think it is on its way out, judging by the way it looks out there. Just took a little look, and it looks like the tide is rising, so it was not a super low tide this morning. Sorry guys, I always stop and look for interesting little rocks and tidbits. Literally, this is my Tuesday morning. I know that I've been down working in Castine at least one day a week for 2 years now. And this has been kind of my happy time to, I don't know, just relax and, before work, just kind of come out here by the water. Even if the tide is up, it's still nice. It's just kind of the way it is. I'm a coastal girl, born and raised on the coast of Maine, and it's my spot. Sometimes I come across some really cool driftwood. This is an interesting, almost a little phallic looking piece of driftwood. I may take that home with me. My husband thinks I'm crazy. He'd be happy if I stopped collecting stuff, but it's probably not going to happen. That's just the way I roll. This spot right here, there's actually a sand dollar colony halfway between where those rocks out there are and where this edge of the tide is. And on a super low tide, you can walk out to that turns into a sandbar. There's a sandbar over there too, and one over here when the tide is down, when it's really low. But anyway, out here, I always feel bad. There's a seagull for you. I always feel bad because anybody walking around out here doesn't realize what's actually out here. And I don't know how often people step on the poor little sand dollars and don't even realize it. If I can find any, it may not be, it's definitely coming back in, and my feet are going to get a little wet, but that's all right, I'm used to it. Oh, here's a little cluster of barnacles. Barnacles that are no longer barnacles. We're coming over here. I know this is the vicinity. I just found it and lost it. There it is. Can you spot it? Can you spot the sand dollar? Right there, guys. And that one is actually dead, unfortunately. So this is called a sand dollar test. When a sand dollar is dead, this is the exoskeleton, and this one hasn't been dead for too awfully long. You can still see some of the cilia on there. It's not completely bleached by the sun. It still has some color, and that's just a little baby one. Let's see if we can find you either a live one or a larger one that's been bleached and dead for a lot longer. So, I didn't find another sand dollar yet, but I did find something else that's very rare to find, and I'm super excited about it. Check out that shell right there. That is a monster shell, and you don't find them that big still attached. Usually they're tossed around, tossed about by the ocean, busted up into pieces. That sucker It's coming home with me. Tide's not low enough, and it's coming in too quick for me to be able to show you what I wanted to show you. But spin you around, and you can at least see my half hour or so morning on the water before work.